guys, if you're new to Deception Bytes, hit the like and subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you wish to support the channel, the links are in the description below. Now, fasten your seatbelt. Here we go. Okay guys, I'm back. At least I think I am. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, well, anyway, I thought that we would do some Q-related news because there's a lot of that. I did just upload the video for the second part of yesterday's post. Q has not posted yet today, at least that I'm aware of, but I will keep watching for that. And if he does post and I'm able to bring that to you tonight, I'll bring you a third video. Yes, I will. All right, now let's get into the Q-related news. Now, I hope that this person doesn't mind me poking fun at them in a very lighthearted way, not a mean, nasty way, but you did make me laugh, and I'll tell you who you are. Bounce back. Bounce back, whoever you are, you made me laugh and laugh and laugh, and it was probably because it was late at night, so I laughed and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. But see, I gave you a little heart here, so, you know, I'm really not making fun of you, but this, I don't know, I guess because I'm an English major, and, you know, when I read this, the first one, it made me laugh so hard, and I was going to bring it in a Q-related news, and then the next time I asked about the alighting, Bounce Back made another comment, which made me laugh even harder because I'm a visual artist, so I do have a very visual mind, and I'm an arts major, so you're going to see, or I mean an English major, so you're going to see why I laughed. And please, please, whoever you are, Bounce Back, I do not mean any disrespect. I love when people make me laugh, and I know you didn't do it intentionally, but it's just funny because it says, the lights burn out your eyes. Okay, the reflection of the glasses obscures your eyes. Okay, that makes perfect sense. The light burns out my eyes because it's the reflection of the glasses. It's obscuring my eyes from you guys being able to see my eyes. I get that. But let's read this now. The reflection of the glasses obscures your eyes. Maybe set them up farther apart to the side. And I'm thinking, my eyes are set in my head. She wants me to take them and put them on the side. I don't see that working. Do you? Yeah, I know how she meant it. Again, I'm not making fun. It just made me laugh because I could picture myself taking my eyes out and putting them on the side of my head. And then the next one, the lights burn out your eyes. Ow! Maybe point them more toward the wall. Okay. Does that work? Can you see me now? Can you see me now? But then it gets even worse. Maybe point them more toward the wall. Let light bounce off wall. Okay, we want to see those eye rolls. Okay, I get that. I certainly get that. And I want you to be able to see my eye rolls as well. That is why I'm getting new glasses. Well, I need the new glasses anyway because my prescription needs to be updated. But I'm getting the anti-glare. I didn't get it last time because, you know, it's just an extra cost for nothing. But, well, I thought it was. But now I see the value in it. So I'm going to get the anti-glare so that you can see my eye rolls. And then I won't have to turn my eyes toward the wall and let the light bounce off them. Okay. Anyway, I love you, Bounce Back. I love you. Really, I do. All right, let's go on. Now with serious stuff. Okay, I'm going to read this one first, and you guys probably already know this, but Judge Janine Pirro takes a job consulting for the White House. I am happy for her. And look at this lovely picture. That is a really good picture of President Trump, and that's a genuine smile right there. Seriously, that is a genuine smile. The eyes are crinkled, you know, just a bright face. And I could not be more delighted that has happened because it's extremely unfair what happened to her. Extremely unfair, and I think that she will do a wonderful job, and I think that we are all rooting for her. So anyway, I was extremely happy to hear about that. Next, I have something very serious to show you. And I think, personally, everyone needs to see this. I mean, really. So, here we go. I don't really see that too many people have seen this, to tell you the truth. And it needs to get out there because it says it looks like this video of Hillary Clinton is getting shadow banned. You folks seeing it all at all? Now, hopefully it's going to play. The last time I tried it, it played. But the latest thing with YouTube and with Twitter, a lot of times I will click on something that a patriot has put up, and it'll have sound for just a couple of minutes, and then the sound's gone. And that's happening to me more and more, and it's happening to some YouTube, and I've had people comment on my channel that is happening. So I don't like that. Anyway, let's see if we can hear this, because we need to. It's important. Now, just before we get into this, this is Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and it's evident that it is her. In Hillary Clinton's own words, she sounds like she is discussing election rigging. You decide. Well, I very much believe she is discussing election rigging. I don't see, that there's much gray area there. She is discussing it. All right, now we'll play it. I know, you're saying, sorry, I guess I have a drinking problem because I spilled it. I know you're saying, just shut up and play it. All right. Relax.
I do not think we should have pushed for an election in the Palestinian territories. I think that was a big mistake. And if we were going to push for an election, then we should have made sure that we did something to determine who was going to win.
Did you hear that? Let's take it back to here. And if we were going to push for an election, she said, then we should have made sure that we did something to determine who was going to win. Wouldn't that be election rigging? Yes. Why, yes, it would be. Yes, it would be, Hillary Clinton. Why are you discussing that? And back here, over here, she says, I do not think we should have pushed for an election in the Palestinian territories. I think that was a big mistake. But if we were going to, then we should have did something to determine who was going to be the winner. Wow. Wow. You know how explosive that is? Explosive. It is. It's big. But, of course, it's going to be buried, with everything else, because everyone in the media and everybody else, I mean, a lot of the, well, not everybody else, not us, not the right-leaning people, don't believe that, but everybody else is trying to bury all this stuff as fast as it's coming up. But the problem is that they're trying to bury all this stuff as fast as it's unearthed, but it's being unearthed at a faster pace than they can keep up with their shovels. You know what I mean? So there's trouble on the horizon there for them. Yes. Let's go back and let's get into some more Q-related news. And this from Ernest Allen, and I do believe he is actually comments from time to time on this channel. I'm almost 100% sure. Wow, darkness to light. It's painful but necessary in order to stop the abuse and victimization of our children. More will come. God help us all. Praying for victims to find healing in Christ. Where we go one, we go all. And he is responding to De Oppressor Liber, and I have quoted him very many times. He is on Twitter as well, good one to follow. And while you're at it, follow Ernest Allen as well, because he's a good patriot. And anyway, Ernest Allen is responding to, this is stunning. Attorney releases names of 400 clergy and lay people accused of sexual abuse of children and victims across the Illinois diocese. Attorney says, this is not all of them. This is not all of them. 400. 400. This is just in Illinois. sick. Hashtag QAnon. Thank you at NewportLostTwitter.com. So, yeah, attorney releases name of 400 clergy and lay people accused of sexual abuse of children and victims across the Illinois diocese. Huge, people. Huge. Like I said, it's being unearthed faster than they can bury it. Unbelievable. And this from Joe M. From what I've been learning, Ray Chandler is the pin in the deep state grenade. Her testimony alone will collapse the entire pedo-satanic cabal at a global level, implicating royalty, heads of state, A-listers, and everyone in between. May the canary sing its anguished tune. Now, I happen to believe that. I believe that Ray Chandler can pull down a lot of people. And I think that's why Q has left it to the end, or towards the end. We don't know how soon this will all be over. Certainly, it won't be tomorrow or the next day. And those people that are claiming that Q is date setting, he is not. That is fake news. But anyway, I do believe that she will bring it down because she is connected to a lot of powerful people, and when powerful people, well, people in general, doesn't matter if they're powerful or not powerful, when people are backed into a corner, they'll do what they need to do to save their own hides, including ratting out their friends, right? If somebody says to you, well, you know what, I know you were involved in this, and there was a group of people with you, and if you tell us their names, we'll knock 10 years off your sentence. Don't you think most people are going to talk? Yeah. Because most people would think, well, look, if I'm going down for this, they're going to go down for it too. And I think that will be the way with Clinton as well, Hillary Clinton. Remember, she said, if he gets in, we're all going to be swinging from nooses or whatever. And she's right. She's right, because she knew. She knew. And do you not think that people like that, when they're backed into a corner, I mean, she has no morals. She has no moral compass at all. She has no conscience. So do you not think she's going to rat out everybody she knows? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And here is Charlie Kirk. And he says, illegals should not be counted in the census. I couldn't agree more. Basic projections show that California gets an extra 9 electoral votes because of counting illegals. This disenfranchises Montana, Wyoming, and North Dakota combined. This is true foreign interference in our election. Yeah, all we've heard for the last 2 years, it's been longer than 2 years, all we've heard is collusion, foreign interference in our election, Russian collusion, Russia, foreign interference. That's all we've heard, right? There's been foreign interference in how many of our elections because all of the illegals are voting. That's foreign interference. What is it that these people don't get? Or do they get it? I think that they do get it, and they're evil. They don't care about America. They don't care about the American people, and they don't care what the American people want. They want power, control, money. That's what they want. And they want to keep their families and their connections, their elite connections in place. That's what they want. They don't care about you or I. What are we? We're fodder in their cannon. That's it. They keep us amused with bread and circuses. That's all they do. And you can tell that. I remember, probably 15, 20 years ago, I remembered thinking that television was changing. And I thought, even the news was changing. It was like, okay, do we really care about the Kardashians? Why is this considered news? It's entertainment. And sure, okay, have an entertainment channel that you can go through all the news in the entertainment world. But are the Kardashians news? No. is I remember it was in there about, who was it that wasn't wearing underwear? Was it Britney Spears? And she didn't have underwear when she got when she got out of the car. That's news. There's war and people dying and all sorts of things happening all over the world, but that's what they choose to report as news. Bread and circuses. It's all to keep us amused. It is. Well, they keep us entertained while they kill us. Literally, while they take over our country, while they dumb down our country, which I cannot even believe. You go back and look at a grade school test from the turn of the century, I bet you most Americans could not pass it. And I have looked at it. I didn't know all the answers to it. And I've got a master's degree. So what does that tell you? How dumbed down are we? Pretty dumbed down. And they keep us amused while they do it. They keep us amused so that we won't concern ourselves with the things that we really should be concerning ourselves with. They keep us amused while they rob us blind. They take our taxes and they waste it on, booze for Pelosi. How many taxpayer dollars went into that? A lot. Yeah, and apparently she really does have a drinking problem. So, that's obvious when you see her bar tab, but anyway, let's go on. And this from Cat Turd, because we all need a little cat turd in our lives. I've got cat turd in my life, but I prefer this type of cat turd. Yeah, not so smelly, and just witty. Cat turd's very witty. So I would urge you to follow him on Twitter if you are, him or her. I don't know which it is. Anyway, New Zealand to broadcast Muslim call to prayer Friday as #Headscarf for Harmony campaign urges non-Muslim women to wear hijabs. Yeah. I have to tell you this funny story. And then he says, just stop. I have to tell you this funny story because, I'm just chatty. I had a friend. Well, I still have a friend. And we lived in this farmhouse, and it was made into 3 apartments, and it was beautiful. It was used to be the old miller's house, and it was old and beautiful wood, and just, it was gorgeous. Anyway, so it was divided in 3 apartments. I had the top, the entire top floor, and then she had most of the bottom floor, and then there was a tiny, tiny little bachelor there as well. And we were all friends because we were 3 girls that had these apartments, and we were all good friends. Well, my friend was getting married, and she was in the military. What she did was she fixed airplanes, and she was an airplane mechanic, and she was like about 5 foot tall, seriously, very, very, very petite, but she was an airplane mechanic. And and her husband was in the military. Well, her husband went to Kuwait, and he brought her back this beautiful, it really was beautiful, I thought it was beautiful until I found out what it was. And it was this absolutely beautiful raw silk to the floor hijab. And it had the whole outfit and everything. So he brings this home to her thinking that, well, this will be something typically from Kuwait. So he brings it home, and she's like, oh, like thinking it's like a dressing gown or something. And she's like, oh, and then she's like, what is this? And he goes, it's a hijab. And didn't go over well. She balled it up and threw it at him. And I think she had a few choice words for him. And it was like, yeah. So anyway, let's go on. That would be my reaction. I wouldn't put one on, and I'm not going to. So there you go. And you can't make me. All right. Now, I'm hearing weird sounds, and I'm wondering where the kitten is, and I'm just hoping that he's not chewing any wires. I don't think so. Okay. You have to check. All right, let's look at this one first, and then I'm going to go to this one. Why is President Trump the only political figure in America fighting tirelessly to end the illegal invasion of our sacred nation? Why won't others honor their constitutional oath to uphold the laws of the land? That's a very good question, James Wood. and he is responding to Donald Trump, who said, illegal immigration affects the lives of all Americans. Illegal immigration hurts American workers, burdens American taxpayers, undermines public safety, and places enormous strain on local schools, hospitals, and communities. So, and if you're not following James Wood, he's another good one to follow on Twitter. Good patriot and very witty, very intelligent man. All right, now let's look at this. Sorry. All right. This is from a website called CoreyDiggs.com. Good website. I recommend it. I haven't read everything on it, so that's not a blanket endorsement. But she had, or he, I'm not sure whether it's a he or she, had a very interesting article that I thought you might like. It says 12 huge bombshells in 1 week, but nothing's happening. Now, this is from March 16th, so it's a little bit older. Not that old, but anyway. I think that we need to see this. 12 huge damning bombshells dropped this week, spinning this storm into high gear. From the Lisa Page transcripts to McCain's connection to the dossier, a grand jury investigation into Facebook, excuse me. Sorry. Okay, Lisa Page transcripts to McCain's connection to the dossier, grand jury investigation into Facebook, massive NXIVM updates, Jeffrey Epstein back on the chopping block, and Andrew Weissman leaving special counsel. And while Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was preparing her audition for her role as a congresswoman for New York, Paul Ryan was sabotaging Democratic subpoenas. Meanwhile, Hollywood's being sliced and diced for paying off colleges and Ivy League schools to get their children admitted. Of course, this is only the beginning of investigations into nefarious actions taking place in the upper echelons of colleges, and it's safe to say politicians will surely make the list. Who could forget the terrorist training camp discovered in New Mexico last year, where they had loads of gun and ammunition along with a deceased child? The court dismissed 3 of the 5, creating one hell of a stir in this country. Now there is a superseding indictment charging all 5 with conspiracy to attack and kill officers and employees of the United States, along with multiple other charges. While Congressman Jim Jordan was busy calling out Adam Schiff in a Twitter frenzy this week, the Democrats, along with 12 Republicans, voted to block the president's emergency at the southern border, which Trump immediately vetoed the following day in his first veto as president. But nothing's happening, right? Buckle up. This party is just getting started. 12 huge bombshells. So I'm not going to read all of this, but if you go to Corey Diggs, Coreys Diggs.com, you will be able to find this article for yourself. But number 1 was the NXIVM sex cult superseding indictment and Nancy Salzman plea deal. Then we have Facebook under criminal investigation. That's big. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, we found out that she was a hired actress with socialist handlers. We didn't know that before. That's huge, huge. Answers a lot of questions too, doesn't it? Yeah. And we've got ex-FBI Lisa Page's revealing transcripts released. Yeah, nothing's happening. Late Senator McCain's role in Spygate scandal. Federal court moves to unseal documents in Jeffrey Epstein alleged sex trafficking operation. But nothing's happening. Pitbull Andrew Weissman is leaving special counsel. And there's a lot more here. It's just, I don't want to sit here and read a massive article because not everyone may be interested and maybe just wants the highlights of what has happened, because it's hard to keep up sometimes with everything that's happening, and then somebody will come along and say, well, nothing's happening, and you really want to poke their eyes out, but you don't. Well, now you'll have ammunition. Number 8, 50 big names charged or indicted in college admission payoff scheme. Paul Ryan blocked subpoenas of Democrats. New Mexico terrorist camp superseding indictment, finally. Jim Jordan grills Adam Schiff in classic social media style. Democrats and 12 Republicans voted to block border emergency. Trump vetoed. Former Defense Intelligence Officer pleads guilty to spying for China. That's big. And was that it, or what have we gone on to here? This week's manipulation tactics in the news, the genderless digital voice the world needs right now. Study finds a race gap in air pollution. Oh yes, yeah, whites are the cause of all pollution, apparently. So if you're white, stop polluting. Meatless Mondays, the New York City mayor takes a page from Kim Jong-un's menu. Meatless Mondays. So anyway, the storm is electrifying. I like that picture. I really do. All right. So anyway, a really good website to check out, Corey'sDigs.com. Corey'sDigs.com. All right, let's go back. Not there. Wrong page. Here. And let's go on. Because we can. Now, surely you know about this guy, Brian Krasenstein, classic troll, probably a paid troll, and every time with Twitter, his tweets, and I think he has a brother as well, would always be up at the top. So Trump would tweet something, and then all of a sudden, you got these Krasensteins coming in from everywhere, flying, like vultures, and all of these horrendous shills accounts would be at the top. Well, anyway, I think this is funny because, well, first of all, it seems like that little glitch has been fixed. I don't know what they did, Q and Trump and whoever. I don't know what they did, but they did something to Twitter. Anyway, Brian Krasenstein says, there's something called the First Amendment. It comes after your precious Second Amendment. You might want to read about it. Okay. And this was directed to @RealDonaldTrump. Yeah. Now, let me read this again. There's something called the First Amendment. It comes after your precious Second Amendment. You might want to read about it. Okay. Now, let's go to James Wood, and classic James Wood style. Trying to find it, but those pesky founding fathers put the Third Amendment after the Second. Where did you say it was again? You gotta love that man. Seriously. I wish that he would return to the movies and stuff. I really do. Very, very talented. And the world is being robbed of his talent, as well as Randy Quaid, who also should be back, in movies and whatever. Very talented, but raw deal. Anyway, let's look at this. No, really, let's. Okay. Breaking. Reuters had evidence in 2017 that Texas Democrat Beto O'Rourke may have committed multiple felonies, which Beto O'Rourke later confirmed on the record. But Reuters withheld the story for over a year despite Beto's run for Senate. Interesting. And more. The Reuters reporter behind the story admitted yesterday that he deliberately withheld the story until after Beto O'Rourke's run for Senate. You think they would have granted that same courtesy if Beto O'Rourke was a Republican? I think we all know the answer to that. Yes. I mean, the answer's no, they wouldn't have. But yes, we know the answer. The answer is no. Okay, and again, Charlie Kirk, did you know House Republicans have made 19 requests? That's right, 19 requests to bring a bill to the floor that would stop infanticide and protect babies born alive after an abortion. Democrats have blocked the bill every time. How could anyone vote for this kind of evil? It's beyond me. It's beyond me. You know, the baby's been born alive at that point. So you can't say, well, you know what, it's putting the mother's life in danger. No, it's not. The baby's alive. It's out. Put it up for adoption. Allow somebody to take that child and love that child and give that child a good home. All right. And here's something interesting as well. Ilhan Omar tweets, Allahu Akbar 2 weeks after Benghazi attack. Well. Isn't that something? There she is, 2 weeks after Benghazi. Here she is, with a smiley face. Oh. I guess jihad just makes her feel all wonderful inside. Life is good. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad she got in. That's right, I rolled my eyes. Everybody now? Collective. It does make you feel better. I'm telling you. I don't know. Maybe the muscles in our eyes are connected to this, synapses in our brains. I don't know. Maybe they make your neurons fire. Maybe they release endorphins. I don't know. But you roll your eyes and you do feel better. You do. All right. Just don't put your eyes on the wall or take them out and put them on the side of your head, because that's not useful. All right. Let's go on. And Charlie Kirk, did you know Russia donated, I think I've read this before to tell you the truth, but I'll read it again anyway, because I'm like that. Did you know Russia donated over $145 million to the Clinton Foundation? Hillary Clinton sold 20% of Americans' uranium to Vladimir Putin. And Robert Mueller has spent 2 years and millions of dollars investigating Donald Trump for colluding with Russia during the 2016 election. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, you really could not even make up this stuff. And years from now, when they're talking about this in the history books, people are going to be like, what? Really, they are. They're going to do it just like that too. What? All right. Let's go on. See what other goodies I have. Well, here we are. Cindy McCain is worth $100 million, but still accepted $174,000 death gratuity upon her husband's death, which we bank payers, I don't pay the bank, which we taxpayers bankroll. Meanwhile, actually, we do pay the bank. Meanwhile, Trump donated his $400,000 presidential salary to federal agencies, and Ivanka and Jared both forego their six-figure White House salaries. Now, I knew that about President Trump, but I didn't realize that Ivanka and Jared both do the same. That's impressive, because you know what people would say if they were accepting that salary, wouldn't you? Yeah. There'd be no end to it. So I think that's using wisdom on Trump's part to do that, because he's cutting them off at the pass. What can you say about a man that will work for free? And he is working for free. He is working for the country for free. Yes, he is. And his own businesses are suffering. He has lost money since taking power. So, yeah. And here is Donald Trump Jr. responding to Alex Thomas. Alex Thomas says, Joe Biden says that he stopped his driver on the way to tonight's state Democratic dinner to give a homeless woman whatever was in my pocket. Stops sparking applause by saying, no, it's not about me. So get this, he's on his way to a Democratic dinner. He stops his driver because he sees a homeless woman. And he gives her whatever's in his pocket, which nobody carries cash anymore. So he gives her whatever's in her pocket. But then he tells everybody at the dinner, and they're all applauding, and he says, no, it's not about me. What is that about, not letting your left hand know or your right hand know what your left hand's doing, or whatever, your left hand know what your right hand's doing? You're not supposed to brag about your, we've probably all done nice things for people, fed homeless people, brought groceries to people that, were going through a rough time, just lost their job, babysit for some. We've all done things like that. Do we tell everybody? And so here's Donald Trump Jr.'s response. And if he was anything other than a typical lifelong politician, he would do it without announcing it to the world. And that is the truth. I do not trust people who are always talking about their charitable deeds. I do not trust them at all. Not at all. Because there's usually a reason. If you feel the overwhelming need to let everyone know your good works, then they're being done for the wrong reasons. That's how I feel. All right, let's go on. All right, here we go. Come on. And another Charlie Kirk. Election fraud is real. A California DMV is being audited in Fresno right now for mishandling voter registration info for 23,000 drivers, double registering 77,000 others, issuing voter registration to 16-year-olds, changing party registration without voter approval. Outrage. How much of this stuff is going on that we don't even know about? Really? I mean, we kind of expect this in California, being such a Democratic state, but how many places is this going on? I think we would be shocked. All right, now, I think I'm going to end it there because I do have an errand to run tonight, and I need to get that done. And so I'm going to stop here, but I am going to, as soon as I get back, I will check to see if Q has posted, and if he has, and it's something that I can bring to you tonight, I will. And if not, I won't, but I'll be back tomorrow. And I hope you will be too, because I miss you when you're not here. I do. Good night. Well, it's not a good night time yet, but it's pushing on. Anyway, I hope to see you soon.